As a young man, Descartes received a good scholastic education at the Jesuit College of La Flèche, one of the most famous schools in Europe. From there he went on to obtain a law degree. Feeling restless, and with a family fortune to support him, he began a series of travels. He joined several armies to see the world and continue his education. On November 10, 1619, when he was 23, he was shut in by the harsh winter and spent the day in intense philosophical reflection. That evening, the intellectual excitement of the day culminated in three vivid dreams. The dreams gave him a vision of his mission in life: to find the key to the mysteries of nature in a new philosophy based on mathematical reason. In gratitude for what he considered a divine vision, he took a vow to make a pilgrimage to the shrine of Our Lady of Loreto in Italy, which he later fulfilled. By the end of the 1620s, Descartes had completed Rules for the Direction of the Mind, his first major work. However, it was not published until after his death. In 1633, he had finished Le Monde, The World, a book on physics that presented the world as essentially matter in motion. He was all set to publish it when, in June of that year, the Inquisition in Rome formally condemned Galileo. Galileo's heresy was that he attacked the Aristotelian and the Church's view of the world. Since Le Monde agreed with Galileo's position, Descartes prudently sent his treatise away to a friend to avoid the temptation to publish. It was eventually published in 1664 after his death. Some argue that Descartes' references to God in his works were insincere and were only an attempt to appease the Church. However, despite some of his disagreements with the Church, his piety seemed genuine. Eventually, he overcame his fear of public attention and began to publish some of his work. In 1637, he brought out Discourse on the Method of Rightly Conducting One's Reason and Seeking the Truth in the Sciences. Descartes originally wrote it in French instead of the traditional language of scholarship, Latin. In doing so, he hoped to appeal to the educated public instead of the academic clerics who were likely to reject it. The last work published in his lifetime was The Passions of the Soul in 1649. That same year, Queen Christina of Sweden, who had read the Principles and a draft of the Passions, invited Descartes to come be her personal tutor. He was reluctant to go, writing to our friend that Sweden was the land of the bears, rocks, and ice. Nevertheless, he did go and was saddled with the unpleasant schedule of meeting with her 3 times a week at 5 in the morning. Descartes had always been a late riser because of his frail health, and his constitution could not take the frigid cold and the early hours. The climate and schedule wore him down until he caught pneumonia and died on February 11, 1650.